Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bat Issues. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
We're talking about Batman Europa, a mini-series from Jim Lee and Matteo Casali and Brian Azzarello and a few other Italian artists.
Right.
Yep, the idea here is that Jim Lee went to Italy and he found a bunch of neat Italian artists and he's like, let's do a book.
All right.
But I want to write it because I'm Jim Lee. So let's give it to Matteo Casali and Brian Azzarello.
Okay.
This is drawn by Giuseppe Camicoli, Jim Lee, Diego Latorre, and Gerald Perel.
Wait, how many issues are this? Like
4.
Oh, okay, so everyone does
Each
their own.
artist gets their own
Okay. It's cool.
drawing. Yeah.
Wait, is this a continual story or is this like little one-shots?
Nope, it's all one story.
Is it in regular continuity or is it like its own?
That's up to you.
Okay. But it's not part of like an ongoing.
It is not.
Run.
Yeah, it doesn't tie in
But it
anything.
does. Well, it ties in as much as like it references characters and events, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Part of the grander scheme of Batman. This was announced in 2004 and came out in 2015.
What?
Just kept getting delayed,
Yeah.
and children were born.
Well, there was never
men and women died.
There's never a good time to do a European story.
The story is rock simple.
Maybe it was they were arguing over payment. They could never get the
They couldn't figure out how to convert.
Conversion rate, yeah.
until the euro came out.
Yeah, and then they finally got it ready to go. I don't know, but Batman Europa is a simple story in which the premise is Batman and the Joker are poisoned, and they must go to Europe to solve their problem.
Oh, okay. Why?
Because that's where the trail leads them.
Ah.
So the story opens, and Batman and the Joker are bleeding and dying, presumably, from a toxin that is killing them. Batman makes a point of saying, like, that they're dying with each other's blood on each other's lips.
His blood is on your lips and your blood is on his lips.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
I guess
Right,
because
why
they're coughing
indeed?
blood at each other?
Yeah, right, presumably. Well, certainly they're bleeding out.
Yeah.
So they face each other, and then we cut back. Why are they doing this? Let's go back.
go back.
It's Gotham,
That's
Batman.
how every good comic opens.
I agree. Yeah, every great story needs to be somewhere in the middle of the end of the last chapter.
I have to see a couple of the last panels just so I know where I'm going.
Well, it's like...
Otherwise, it's boring.
I get
Stupid.
why you would do that, like narratively speaking, if you're trying to trick your audience into like thinking your story's interesting by being like, okay, well, like I need some action because there's a lot of like lead up and exposition, but like the opening of the story is Batman fighting Killer Croc, so we already got an action sequence.
Yeah. So you didn't need to do that.
No.
And you could literally just have this go into how the story goes.
Right. But we want to frame it.
I will say it looks great.
It does. Well, it's drawn by Jim Lee, the first issue. And he's doing that thing that he did like during Hush during the flashbacks, where it's like I don't think it's inked. I think it's just we just used the line art and then colored it.
Okay.
Which is pretty. It's really good looking.
Yeah.
But so Batman fights Killer Croc, and Croc makes a point, a jab at him, if you will, about how like Batman smells like death. He's like, you're getting too old for this, man. Like, because Batman's a little slower, and it's not set during a time when Batman's like slowing down. It's not like it's an older Batman. It's just that his reaction time was a little limited, a little sluggish.
This is also very reminiscent of Batman Arkham City. Because you're poisoned in that game, and if you find Killer Croc,
He smells the poison.
he
on
smells it and he says, "You smell of death."
You. Yeah, that's kind of funny. All the Arkham games were invented and released between the time when this book was announced and came out.
So who knows?
So who knows?
It's a chicken and the egg.
Yeah, but it's not that story. So
Right.
at the very least,
It's
it's
just
not
an
a complete-
interesting coincidence.
Yes,
Okay.
but Batman is like fighting Killer Croc. He defeats him, manages to skulk
usual.
away. He's coughing. Alfred calls him with urgency. He's like, "You got to get back here." Batman's like, "Okay, I'm coming." He's like, "What's going on, Alfred? What's going on?" And Alfred's like, "Listen, like the Bat computer got hacked
What?
by a virus called Colossus."
So the Bat computer is also sick.
Right. So they access the computer, and the computer
Oh my
says,
God! Bruce Wayne contracted a computer virus.
"Right, there is a book kind of like that, but it's not this one." But anyway, so Alfred's like, look at the message we got. It says, Colossus is in your system. You have 1 week left. Have fun. Start running.
Oh.
And Alfred says, like, given your condition right now and the fact that the Colossus is also referenced as a computer, maybe there's a correlation between like your sudden illness and this computer virus. And in fact, like, we're checking out your blood sample right now because, like, let's not waste any time here. It's almost only 4 issues. Apparently the system, apparently the virus that's in your system has been there for some time, and it's engineered to attack your DNA specifically. And I don't know how you were infected. You would recall if you were hit by something that was armor piercing, so it must have been some kind of airborne pathogen. But like,
Because you have to breathe, I'm sorry.
right, exactly. And you insist on not having a full face covering on your mask.
Yeah.
That's thematically. We need to show that you're a man underneath it anyway.
I'm a little shocked that Batman doesn't have like a filter installed like in his throat.
You understand? If I'm
Prevent.
if people can't see my face, like the lower half of it, how do they know I'm grimacing all the time?
Well, that's true. I got to be frowning most of the time. I mean, like, it's for the artist to be able to draw humans and be able to emote and make Batman like show that he is frowning or smiling. Certainly, as a kid, I was like, Spider-Man looks awesome. He's got this great mask and he looks great. Apparently, every artist who drew Spider-Man like hated it because they're like, I want to show his face, but he has this emotionless face. I'm like, it doesn't matter his emotion. The words say the emotion. His face is awesome looking all the time.
Right.
And like,
similarly
if
with
you
Batman.
need to, just change the eyes a little bit.
Well, and that's certainly what they would do occasionally, where they would like make him squint and stuff like that. But like with Batman, half of it is so that I think the artist won't complain about how they're like, I need to know how Batman's feeling. The reality is, in the thematic element of Batman,
The reality is Batman doesn't feel.
yes, but like we do, and for the most part, he's frowning anyway.
Yeah, the face is always the same. It's
I know.
very rarely doing anything.
That's why
but...
I like the thematic element of Batman showing the lower half of his face is just like, no, I am a man.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you. It's scary man
I am a
beating
man.
you,
Right.
not a monster.
I am a Batman.
Ben's making a Trogdor joke.
Oh.
So Alfred's like, listen, so the long story short, Batman's like, it's killing me. I get it. And he takes off his glove and he shows that like the extremities of his fingers are like dying.
Red.
They're red. And he says, all right, well, let's get to work. Let's work on this computer, figure it out.
No, you gotta run. It says start running.
I know, but I'm running into the mystery.
No, I'm running a diagnostic program on the computer. What do you mean running? Should I get on a treadmill?
Yeah.
Yeah, my computer's affected. How is running going to help? I don't understand.
Yeah, damn it, Alfred, speak English.
Why isn't it asking me for like, money in exchange for not infecting my computer?
For a cure.
Yeah,
Something.
But Batman says, like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. Why would someone create a computer virus that clued me in that I have a biological pathogen that's killing me? And Alfred says, you just said get it. Like, you don't get it like it's a joke. Like, maybe that's what's going on. Maybe the Joker's involved.
Well, it sounds like it's more of a riddle, actually.
I agree.
It is.
But-
Also, it's green.
Yeah, but Riddler is not involved.
Oh, okay.
But Batman says, do you have any idea where the virus originated from? And he says, yeah, actually, I do. It originated in Berlin. So Batman's like, I
How
gotta
does
go.
he know that?
Because the Bat computer is very advanced, and Alfred is a computer hacker. Did you know? And he's not, but we're gonna say he is.
So if it originated in Berlin, can't he just know what it came from and whip up an antidote?
No, we just know that like he was hacked from a place.
Oh,
in
he was
Berlin.
hacked from Berlin. Okay.
Oh, the computer
not
virus.
not the biological
okay.
pathogen.
Yeah,
okay.
So the computer
Very
virus.
confusing. There's multiple pathogens.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
that
true.
makes more sense.
Oh, and we can ignore the computer virus from here on out. It was just the red herring or the breadcrumb that led us on this mystery.
The clue.
So Batman goes to Berlin.
Oh, that was fast.
Oh yeah, well he has his own jet.
Yeah.
A bat.
I just meant like the book got to the point real quick.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so every chapter of the book has Batman or Joker talking about the city in Europe and how gorgeous it is.
The city.
Yeah, the city. I have no personal connection to it. But
This
I can
city's
promise.
beautiful. It's not all gross and crime written like mine.
Yeah.
I don't
nice.
understand. What is this joy I'm feeling? The corners of my mouth seem to be going up a little bit.
Why are these people so happy and safe without Batman here?
So Batman like muses about how like Berlin's pretty, but there's a seedy underbelly to it because like
Of course.
because it's the
it's a city.
epicenter of Nazism and everything like that.
Oh.
He's talking about how like the Berlin Planetarium is built from rubble from World War II.
Okay.
So that the people can gaze at the stars, but they can't deny the ground they're standing on and what came from it.
Oh.
And like, there's that kind of like waxing poetic about
Yeah.
the city in every chapter. I'm not gonna get into them all.
Sure.
But
Because they're probably
kinda
all
fun.
about different
Yeah.
cities, right?
right, exactly. But we go to 4 different cities, as you can imagine.
Sure.
Because there's 4 issues. So Batman chases after this one dude named Lemmy Kirstel, who is like a ne'er-do-well and
Hey, we're in Europe.
a villain, if you
I mean,
will.
I just saw him, so I'm like, yeah, that's a ne'er-do-well.
Well, he's holding a crowbar.
He's on the crowbar. He's like, he's got like high arched eyebrows. He's wearing a nice jacket.
Yes, and a turtleneck to go with it.
Yeah.
Well, I
He's-
mean,
that
he
is
could
a
just be
straight
like,
up ne'er-do-well.
he could be part of the European AAA. I heard someone has a flat.
He's a villain. So Batman chases him to like a a bad spot, a spot that attracts his type of person.
Sure.
Batman muses that like Lemmi's going into a place where a parole card doubles as a membership card for this location.
Love it.
Okay.
So Lemmy goes in, Batman's gonna bust in, but then Lemmy just bursts out and he's screaming bloody murder, just running away, yelling murder in German. And Batman's like, like, well, I'm gonna let him go so I could go figure out what this is going on.
Right.
So he bursts in and everyone in there is dead and they have horrible Joker smiles.
Oh boy.
He's like, Joker was here. Damn it, Alfred, like, why are you always right? I don't remember if it's that Batman tracks the Joker to the apartment that belongs to the woman who hacked his system, his name is Nina, or if he solves the mystery of where it was tracked from, and Joker happens to be there. Either way, clandestinely, both those things are there. So Batman ends up at this apartment, and the Joker is strong-arming this woman, Nina, and he's tormenting her. He's not torturing her.
Right.
But he is giving her a really hard time. Psychologically.
I mean, just being in the same room with him is tormenting.
That's
her.
true.
Yeah.
And this begins a series of sexual innuendo throughout the whole book. So, like, keep an eye out for them because they're aplenty. They're also grossly inappropriate and completely incompatible with this book, but let's ignore that and just focus on how fun it is to talk about dick jokes. So Joker says, like, you know, you got to tell me more information about, like, what you know about this virus. And she says, I've told you everything I know. Like, I don't know any more than that. He goes, okay, well, all I'm hearing is you don't have any more for me, blah, 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 blah. That I understand. So I won't stick something down your mouth, but I will do something down your neck.
What?
Like, I'm not going to shoot you in the mouth.
Right.
I'm going to cut you down the neck. But, like, no. He's talking about dicks and semen. So, like, you're like, gross. Then Batman shows up and kicks the window in and rescues Nina. And he says, don't move,
And she has like pink like
highlights in her hair.
so you know she's a computer hacker.
Right, that's how you know.
Well,
she's on the... She
if
looks
you've
like
ever
an extra
seen
from Swordfish.
If you've ever seen a show like CSI or any of the other
NCIS
or anything like that, well, the hackers have to have very quirky
Matrix-esque looks,
it doesn't even have, like, you could be dressed like you're from the 50s. But if it's not in this time period, you're quirky and you're weird. Oh, you must be a computer hacker.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're weird and you're not normal.
Yeah.
At least if you're a black hat.
Although I would say computer hackers in the 50s would have to also be, like, really jacked in order to lift all those big machinery and, you know, all the punch cards.
And move the tubes around and stuff. Yeah.
So
I saw someone, like, on a recent show, it was like a CBS thing where, like, they looked like they were from the 50s and they were their computer hacker. And I'm like, of course you have to look like that.
yeah, no, it's hipsterism. So Batman is like, he immediately disarms the Joker.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you doing here? Joker says, like, what can I say? Ich bin ein Berliner.
I'm on vacation.
Right. And then he basically punches Joker in the face so hard he's bleeding. And Joker says, stop, please.
Oh, God.
But
it was all supposed to be a joke.
But it's
Why?
pretty fat. Like, you know, usually Joker takes a few beatings, maybe a few broken limbs before he begs Batman to stop beating him.
This time he's just like, no, please stop.
So Batman says, like,
I'm not here for this.
like, that's uncharacteristic. Tell me more about this Colossus virus you know about. And he's like, oh, you mean the infection that will kill you within a week? Like, yeah. And he goes, yeah, you think I gave it to you? Like, no. And Joker takes off his glove and he reveals that he's got the same. And so they're both, like, stuck with this virus. They've both been poisoned.
So did Joker just like
Joker's not a detective. How did he even get here?
Joker is intelligent.
Yeah.
And Joker basically tracks it to Nina.
I mean, friggin' Alfred tracked it to her, so...
Yeah, but did Joker also get a computer virus somehow?
I guess.
No, Joker found out that he was poisoned, and he got a message from someone who told him the message that Batman needed to decipher using his Batcomputer.
Like, Joker doesn't have a computer,
so I'm just gonna
I
send a
him
guy. Exactly.
Was it a singing telegram at least?
And we don't get that far.
Joker, you have a virus.
So Joker just like...
Wait, you have to go to Berlin.
Thank you, Kill.
Perfect.
All right.
Did Joker just like randomly kill people? Joker talks it on the way to her place?
I think it was that he was there and he's like, well, when in Berlin.
Well, he probably got to the bar.
Romans chapter 4, so...
I'm dying, but like, I'm not too dying
still
to
the
kill
Joker.
these people.
Well, he probably found no information or got the information. And he's like, all right, there.
Because that's the thing, Joker got the same kind of, like, breadcrumb, but he didn't know where to go, so he probably tortured and killed like, all these people. He went to that disreputable bar that Batman went to in the first place, too. So,
sure.
you know.
It's like, oh, I got a reputation to maintain.
Right.
Joker talks it.
Yeah. So, well,
Thank you for your help, but
I do have to kill you now.
They couldn't make my favorite drink, so I had to murder them all.
Yeah. So Nina admits that she was brought in by a kind of like black hat organization that paid her to hack Batman's computer. But that's all she knows.
That also means she had to find Batman's computer. That's impressive.
I don't know. Well, like
maybe they knew.
Yes. And our villain is called Trojan Horse. That's what their net handle was.
Okay.
Wow. That's really on the nose.
Yeah. So Batman's like, okay. Now where do we go? And she says, well, I traced their ISP and it was in Prague. So we got to go to Prague. And Batman's like, and Batman's amazing. Yeah, exactly.
Just a little bat.
Batman's like, so whoever is behind this is giving each of us different information, so we all have to put this puzzle together. And Joker's like, wait, us? So that means that you and I are going to work together? So now the story is that Batman and the Joker are going to go across Europe together, like on a honeymoon or something.
They're not bringing Nina, right?
They're bringing Nina.
Oh man. Are they backpacking?
No. Because...
Or hitching across?
No, Batman takes the bat
long.
plane. He takes the jet, which we never see.
Yeah, and Joker takes a blimp.
So we go to Prague, and this one is drawn by Giuseppe Camuncoli, just differentiating who drew what.
Yeah.
But the story opens in the future of this issue,
Okay.
where Batman is fighting a giant robot that's on fire. So Batman gives a boring history lesson about Prague.
Sure.
And
Because Americans don't know anything about it.
Right.
So, yeah.
so here's a little bit of a context.
The
for
only
Prague.
thing we know about Prague is that if you traded a pair of Levi's in, you could get a car in Prague. Or maybe that was the Czech Republic.
What movie reference are you making?
It's a commercial for like Levi's.
Oh.
I don't recall.
No, me either. Is it recent?
No.
Not at all.
In Prague, you can trade them for a car.
Batman basically convinces Nina that she needed to contact Trojan Horse and basically say, like, I'm going to give away more information about you unless you give me more money. And I'll meet you in this square, Wenceslas Square.
Okay.
That's also while Mazepust is taking place. It's like a Mardi Gras of Prague. So it's like a big square with a lot of people in it where...
And colorful costumes, but it's still snowy and cold, so no one's having a fun time.
I mean, people seem to be having a nice time, but they're used to being cold.
Yeah, they go outside, they get cold, they go inside, they warm up, they come back out, they do it all
I don't know,
over
it's
again.
Punxsutawney, but maybe it's the Punxsutawney of Europe. Who knows? So Batman and Joker are kind of like waiting in the sewers of Prague for something to happen, and they have a back and forth. You know, Joker makes a Kafka reference about how like the two of them are like stuck in this situation, and he's also like playing with bugs, and you're like, okay. So Nina says like,
This book is very intellectual.
oh yes, oh.
It's very high school freaking English class.
That's right.
It has to be intellectual. We're in Europe.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
gotta talk smart now.
Europa. We're on the moon.
We're the moon of Jupiter.
So, but I mean, no. Listen, don't get me wrong.
No, it's cool.
The book is pretty.
Yeah.
So
it looks gorgeous.
yeah,
It's
but Nina is like, she calls in, and they're like, oh, what's going on? What's this? She goes, it's getting dark, and I'm getting scared. He's like, that's not a reason to call. And then she starts like screaming about how like there's these crazy robots, and then they attack her.
Those are automatons, thank you.
She calls them robots.
that's kind of a weird turn.
Yeah. So some robots attack. Joker, gone. He springs into action immediately, and Batman makes a point where he's like, he moves so fast. Like, I can't keep up. And also, Batman...
It's manic energy.
Yeah, well, as the story progresses, the virus is advancing, and it's slowing Batman down, and it's like making him groggier and more like loose and crazy. Not crazy, but like he's losing
He doesn't
his
know
edge.
what's
Like,
going on.
Yeah, he's
And
losing his
Joker-
perception of reality.
And the Joker doesn't slow down because, like, he's used to that.
I'm already crazy.
It's like me all the time.
Me with a cold. Like, I mean, he does at some point. He does like start to like dial it back. Like Batman notices later on that like he can't laugh anymore. And he's like, I don't know if I miss it or not.
But he laughed once and blood was coming out, so I guess I don't miss it.
Yeah. So Batman makes it back on the surface, and Joker's like already there, and he's already killed a merchant. He's got like a knife, and he's just like, and Batman's like,
Weren't you going up to help her with the robots?
Well, yeah, I needed a knife.
yeah, I need a
I
knife.
can't just take it from this
I
guy.
gotta kill him for it. So the robots abscond with Nina, And
Okay.
Joker and Batman fight these robots.
Yeah.
Which also are kind of made of wood.
They look like they're from like the 20s.
Yes. Though they're meant to look European, which is to say old. Because everything in Europe is like
Right.
1,000 years older than everything here. But,
Sure.
but
Even
point-
their new stuff is built from the rubble of old stuff.
Exactly. So Joker actually winds up throwing his knife in the eye of one of the automatons. Like, you're right. Like the reality is, like, look at these things. You're not gonna call them robots.
Yeah.
These are automatons. But like the one that's leaving
Powered
with
by
Nina.
steam.
I think they're robots that have like an exterior of wood. The point is that well, it gets a little nebulous about what these robots are all about. Like they're not people. We'll put it that way.
Right.
The blood doesn't come
It
out.
ain't House of Wax where they're people who are put in the bodies of robots.
Yeah.
So, Joker stops the first robot, and then Joker's like, "What are you doing, Batman? Save her! Go!" So
Yeah, I stopped one. That's all I'm good
but
for.
they become like enveloped with robots. There's just too
there's
many.
a lot of
them.
these robots.
And one of the robots makes off with Nina, so now she's gone. And so Batman and the Joker wind up like fighting and kicking the crap out of all these robots. And
Sweet.
then Batman notices the robots are kind of like leading them somewhere, so he kind of like fights them in that direction that they're heading towards, and they end up in like a graveyard. Meanwhile, we cut to the progenitor of these robots, who is speaking in another language. We see that because like comics have like this narrative device where they put like brackets around the language to say they're speaking another language, and I'm not going to translate it for you. So.
Well, and I also don't want you to be confused.
Right. So this dude who looks like a 1920s, puppet master is like, my automatons should keep them busy while I talk to the mysterious Trojan horse.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, come with me.
That man looks like he's an automaton.
I know. Yeah, well, I think he's meant to look kind of like similar to his creation.
Jesus.
Yikes.
But he reveals that he's the robots took off with Nina, and here she is.
Ah.
And so they
Why
take.
is it red?
I think it's just a red light, but it's meant to indicate like it's maybe they're in a dark
like
room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in a dark room.
But like, there's no photos. I think it's just meant to be like kind of jarring and.
Well, actually, the
is jarring
automatons
and
prefer
creepy.
being in this red light. It calms them for
exactly.
That's how we control them.
The puppeteer explains to the Trojan horse that the mannequins / automatons are meant to bring them here like we planned, but delay Batman and Joker long enough for them to make their escape to the airport.
Okay.
So
they want them to get there, but not right now.
Right.
I need a few
like,
minutes.
just a second to get away. And which they do. Batman notices that there is a sign out in front of this building that they were led by the mannequins that said the Chechnyan word for Trojan horse. And that's how Batman knew to go in there. So they go in, it's red, they made it in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Joker refers to Batman as a cunning linguist.
I say,
Cunning linguist.
Then he says, but me, I dine in the kitchen. So he's obviously making a cunnilingus joke.
Yeah.
What the hell's the
And,
kitchen then?
That's where the real food is. But anyway, so Joker is like, let's search for clues. Man, you would fill your tights if I found the first clue before you did. Ha ha ha. And then he draws back a curtain and a giant robot just absorbs Joker into its chest. Ha! And Batman says, there's no laugh. There's no time for one. I appreciate that. And then Batman and this giant robot just fight. So Batman notices that the automatons are made of wood, so he chucks a silane capsule at it, which of course like is a chemical compound that like
Ignites it?
Burst into
ignites it.
flame.
Yeah. But notices that the machine now is actually crusted in ancient grease and oil, so now it's just a flaming robot.
Huh.
And he's like, well,
Whoops.
this is much more difficult to beat. Also, I don't know if Joker's alive in there, but if he is, he won't be for long. Because now he's in a flaming
I just
coffin.
burned him to death.
So, Trojan horse and the marionette guy end up on the plane. Then, of course, the Trojan horse naturally
Oh, and they have
shoots.
Nina as well.
Oh, they have Nina, yeah.
Okay.
But the Trojan horse, he shoots the mannequin guy
Yeah.
in the face.
He shoots
Well, yeah, no loose
real
ends.
bad.
Yeah, he shoots him twice. One in the shoulder and one in the face. And then the plane takes off and they leave. So Batman has to fight this like giant, crazy flaming automaton.
See, the problem is you got to shoot the guy before he gets on the plane. That way you don't have a mess of a dead guy on your plane.
The Trojan horse has plans for this dead guy. So anyway, Batman is fighting this crazy thing, and it's gonna win. Like it's clocking him.
It's huge.
It's huge, and they're on a bridge, and it's just this cool.
and
like,
he's just a man.
right.
And then Batman pulls out of his utility belt termites.
Yeah.
In a few days,
Fire
this thing-
resistant termites.
Yeah, now I just have to wait.
Yeah. No, instead, the Joker...
Oh, you are really not going to like this when the inspector comes.
Oh no, the fire killed all the termites. Whoops. Probably should have started
throw-
with the termites. Well,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, live and learn.
living life.
So Joker blasts out of the chest of this robot. And
It's like, what the hell?
that kind of like...
I was in there, man. What are you doing?
It wasn't on fire when it
And
started.
it's like, oh, sorry, that was my bad.
I thought you were dead. My bee.
So the damage the Joker makes to the machine is enough for Batman to like get a good kick at the robot, which knocks it into the river.
Wow.
And Joker's like, nice. Set me on fire, dick. So then...
Like you haven't done worse.
So Batman makes a point where he's like, okay, so they took her, but thankfully I put a tracking device on her clothes, and so we're going. And she's on her way to Charles de Gaulle. And Joker's like, oh, we're going to France. We're going to Paris. That's my favorite city. Outside of Gotham, of course. Like, let's go.
Weird.
I would love it if Joker just vacations in Paris. Like,
That's just
people,
like a normal
people
person.
ignore him.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
They
like,
think he's
oh,
like a
it's just a
street
clown.
performer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And
In
then-
Paris,
He never has to
weirdos
kill
all
anyone.
over.
He's just having a nice time.
Right?
Ah, the city of lights.
like,
There are little children that recognize
the
him
Joker?
and
Yeah.
follow him around. He like hands out little coins or treats or something. Le Petre, Le Petre.
it's like,
Oh, well, like you don't get this when you go to Transylvania. All these bats follow you around.
I don't go to Transylvania. What's
you are
wrong with
missing
you?
out.
You go to Transylvania. How do you have time for this? Your elaborate death traps. Your constant.
Who lets you on the plane? You're clearly the Joker.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of don't want to deny me.
Yeah. So Joker makes a point where he's like, even if the virus kills us, at least we'll always. And Batman's like, don't say it.
That's awesome.
I hate that
Well,
movie.
he goes, well, Batman, at least this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. And they walk down the street. And you're like, oh my god. So then we end up in Paris. This is also the layouts are done by Kevin Coley, but the art is done by Diego Latorre. They end up, of course, at like the cathedral.
And when they arrive there, the arm that Joker had around Batman is broken in a
Naturally.
sling.
No, so we start at the beginning. Batman is falling out of the cathedral, and Batman has this. This is my favorite chapter, I think, because Batman talks about Paris, and I was like, I like Paris. If not for Gotham, it would be Paris. And I've always thought, like, when the job cripples me, I would like to come here and retire.
Okay.
Because it reminds him of Gotham.
It's like the
It's
the
the
most,
better
like,
version of Gotham.
yeah,
This is like old and dark
gothic and like
yeah,
and
I guess.
gross.
But beautiful at the same time.
Yeah.
Is Notre Dame on fire?
I think it's just lit.
Oh,
Which is,
It could be on fire, but I think it's just. I think
the
these are
lighting.
outside lights. And these are in
I was going to say, bad timing for us to do
Yeah,
that.
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. So it's in the news, but no, Notre Dame is still standing at this point. And so Batman and Joker are tumbling out of it and falling to their doom. And then Batman catches Joker, shoots out a grappling hook, and saves him. And then we cut to like the beginning, and we actually get a narration from the Joker where he talks about the history of Paris. He does his history lesson of Paris, where he talks about like how the Eiffel Tower was first invented and built. The Parisians hated it, and they thought it was an eyesore, and they petitioned to take it down. And they talk about how like they turned an ugly war station into the Louvre. Apparently, it was like actually a military fortress.
Okay.
And then they filled it with like plundered goods, pretended like it was a beautiful thing.
What? No, we always had these.
And how like when they built the Statue of Liberty, they actually built a miniature version of it.
Oh.
But when they built it, its face is away from America, so its back is to America.
Interesting.
It's kind of like a neat little like point. I wonder if that's true. But Joker knows Paris and is leading Batman through the sewers. And Batman is like, I'm losing it, so you're going to have to friggin' lead.
All right.
So the two of them go through, and Batman's like, what is the Cirque? Well, you keep referring to the Cirque. And he's like, oh,
Well, it's the circus.
it's the Circus de Clowns. And he gets there, and it's like this underground, Eyes Wide Shut-esque, like, place full of Joker worshippers. And that Joker does come to Paris.
Oh
He
my
is
God.
popular. It's like a Jerry Lewis reference that, like, the French get him.
What?
You know, like a comedian that had to go to France to get recognized.
Yeah.
Like, but these like, there's references to people who are like wealthy and powerful, or you know, beatniks and people who just love and respect the Joker.
Well, it's like this
like
guy
hipsters.
takes life to the extreme.
Yeah.
He gets it.
I guess, but
He's
Joker,
just so full of passion.
yeah, and Joker,
And that's what
immediately-
France is all about.
He immediately speaks French fluently, and he's
of
like,
course.
hello, my friends. And and Batman says, Joker's French is parfait,
Which is a delicious yogurt treat with granola.
it's also French for perfect.
Oh.
But he says like
that too.
his French is perfect, which makes me realize how little I actually know about my greatest enemy. And so Batman's like, this is not what we need.
How does this help us?
And he's like
What
attacking.
do you mean, how do you
Joker.
help us? I had to make an appearance.
But he says like, no, if we need to get to find Trojan horse, like they will. No one has more resources than me or than moi here in Paris. So like a little while later, the Joker's resources have like uncovered the next like place they need to go.
Batman will never come back to Paris now.
No, like well, it's great. Like you've ruined it for me.
Yeah.
He doesn't say
Thanks
that,
for
but like,
ruining
but you
Paris
have.
for me.
yeah, but clearly. So
Actually, Paris is perfect for Batman to retire. He can just beat up the Joker worshippers.
yeah, in his spare time. So they lead the leads bring them to like a dirty French apartment, and so Batman and Joker hold up in an apartment across the way. Batman fires his grappling hook, goes over there, goes, "Stay here, I'll be back." Like, and Joker pulls the bat rope and then like twangs it, which causes Batman to like smash into the window. And he looks back at Joker. Joker goes,
What do you have the Joker?
"Oops!" And Batman's like, "God damn it!"
It wasn't me.
Yeah, no. So then he finds the site of like this brutally murdered man in his bed, and it's the guy. It's the marionette guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a grisly murder scene. There's blood everywhere, and Batman's immediately like, "This guy died like several days ago.
This doesn't make any
Setup.
sense.
It's fake. It's a fake like
Yeah, it's a fake
bad
murder scene.
joke." And so then he's talking to Joker about. He's like giving him the whole like rundown. He says like, that guy was a pawn. He's used to get us to the next thing, like Nina was.
Right.
She was just a cog in this thing. And then like the bells from Notre Dame are ringing, and that leads Batman to go there. And when he gets there, they face against this giant monster amalgam of Joker and Batman. It's this nightmare vision of what Joker and Batman would be like if they were the same person. Meanwhile, Nina
Is it
also
real or is it
Right.
their?
and that's and the art is supposed to reflect like their altered state and what
Yeah.
but it
So
definitely
you can't really tell.
it definitely is a Joker Batman. But it's also like, but is it
So
glowing eyes? Like
Is it
Right.
DC metal?
what, Dark Knight's metal?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Batman who laughs? No, he hasn't been invented yet. He'll be invented 15 years after this book comes out, or was announced.
Was
I should
supposed to come out.
say. Yeah, but
Was declared. Yeah.
no. So this
Is there a dog? Is there a dog there?
I think it's actually a statue. I think we're seeing
it's like
gargoyles. and stuff.
gargoyle. Yeah.
But Nina is placed like in this odd position against a couple of gargoyles and like skulls and stuff. So it's like, again, it's this
Yeah.
graphic, horrible imagery of something that looks like a fever dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard to tell what's going on.
So Batman says,
creepy.
"Okay, Joker, go get Nina, and I'll take care of this bad joke." And Joker says, "Bat joke? Ugh." And it's like, no, that's not what I said, but whatever. So then Batman and this Bat Joker thing fight in a series of incomprehensible panels.
You know.
And then ultimately, Batman is thrown off the cathedral. And then the bat line from his grappling hook comes at him. And Batman says, "I'll never know if he missed me on purpose." And when Batman catches it, it like slices his hands.
Yeah.
And he says, "But the scar will forever remind me of the day when the Joker saved my life."
Wow.
So then when he gets back up there, the Bat Joker thing is gone. And Joker says, like, "Unfortunately, Nina's dead. She was dead before we got here."
there. Yeah.
And so Batman remarks that, like, apparently she was killed by being they shoved hot coals down her throat,
Oh, what?
which is apparently how Portia from Julius Caesar committed suicide.
Ah.
The wife of Brutus. That is.
Okay.
And so basically,
She chose to do that herself.
no, absolutely not. No, that's
I mean, Portia did.
Portia chose. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Portia. Yes, she killed herself. eating hot coals or forcing them down her throat. Nina did not. But the whole point of she was atoning for her betrayal, her treason for killing Caesar.
Okay.
And so...
So what, is that a clue?
Yeah, it's a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's a traitor. And
And
also...
it's a Trojan horse.
And it's a Trojan horse and Julius Caesar. So we're going next.
Yeah.
Greece.
Rome.
We're going to Rome.
Damn.
So, but it's great because he says, but Joker says, Rome, the infernal city. And Batman goes, it's Eternal City. And he goes, really, have you been? And he goes, let's stick with infernal. And you're like, oh, look at that, they're getting along.
Having a fun time.
Then we cut to the opening of the book, where it's Joker and Batman,
Yes.
they're facing off against each other, they got blood on each other's mouths, and they're just facing off against each other. And you're like, and we
here
cut
we
back,
go.
and let's go
Let's
back.
go back.
Again.
Yeah.
Great.
We go to the Eternal City, we talk about Nero, and blah, blah, blah. So they,
Wait, who does this one?
Gerald Perel?
Okay.
Or Gerald Perel?
Right.
I don't know. But they end up at the Coliseum.
Cool.
When they get there, the suit that was worn that portrayed the Joker Batman creature is burning.
Okay.
And
Like an effigy?
no, more like I'm done with that thing. The Trojan horse is done using that thing.
Okay.
So
Destroying
I'm burning it.
the evidence or whatever.
And like we're in Rome, so I'm doing fire imagery.
What in Rome?
Yeah, it took forever, but it burned in a night.
Yeah, but so Batman says like, all right, Trojan horse, who's there like tormenting them, says like, you don't want us dead, obviously. You want us here. So what do you want? And he says like, well, I was planning on at least. I didn't expect both of you to make it, but here you are. So he says like, it's funny how when we disguise ourselves with normalcy, when we look normal, you can't quite recognize me. So I guess I'll have to put on my suit. And that's when Bane appears.
Bane! What?
I know.
I did not see that coming.
No! It's Bane!
Why?
Because nobody was using Bane in 2004?
Yeah. It's someone you've heard of, and it's not going to mess anything up.
Yep.
Wow, okay.
And
Did he use some sort of like alternate venom?
Maybe because Bane is used to manufacturing drugs, he can make a virus? Your guess is as good as
He's
mine.
really smart, I guess, so he can
He is
set up this
smart.
elaborate
He is a strategist.
chicanery.
Yeah,
Yeah, but he's not
strategist?
like
Yeah, strategist. Strategist. That's
Yeah.
it. He's a strategist.
he's a stratician.
Yes.
He's a strategician.
Yeah. I mean, like, he brilliantly executed his control of Gotham. He beat Batman and then stood on top of a building and said, I control Gotham now. Like, clearly the dude is a mastermind. But he talks about how, like, he created this virus and he engineered it using, like, money and influence.
Did anyone else like notice he was massive the entire time?
Yeah, but, like,
When
I
he
was
got on the
altered.
plane,
Oh.
like, how do you get through the door of the plane? Like, he's the size of, like, 4 people.
Well, okay, sometimes he's portrayed that way, but he does require the juicing in order to get that big.
Yeah, but isn't he like always juicing?
Yeah.
So he did right before, he juiced up right before this so he could be big. But
Yes.
before he was normal size.
Right, unless he was being the Joker Batman thing, in which case he was definitely juicing.
Oh, he was being yeah, that would make sense. Okay, because I was like, what
Why
is
is he
the
so
Joker
huge?
Batman thing? Like, who?
Yeah.
That's not like just a random guy. It can't be that.
No.
Okay.
But I kind of figured like if it was a big thing being a Joker Batman, it would be another automaton.
Right, no, we're done with those.
But if it's Bane, like, come on, Batman, you know this is Bane.
Well, no, he's got the thing. It's messing him up. The virus.
he's got the virus. And Bane, like, grabs him, like, throws him into a building. And Batman says, I gotta play a hunch. And he yells, don't you dare hurt him, Bane. And Bane goes, oh, so you get it now. Like, that's all I've been waiting for. I was waiting for you to recognize that you need the Joker in order to survive before I kill him. And then you'll die.
What?
And, like, but no, it's
Bane's really into the relationship between Batman
Well,
and
see,
Joker.
yes, like, right? You're like, oh,
He's
shit.
like, he's like shipping Batman and
Oh.
Joker.
He's talking metaphorically, but no, literally too, and we'll get there in a second.
Okay.
Bane is talking about all the people who were like, no, Batman and the Joker love each other.
Right.
Because
I mean,
they can't exist without each
He's
other.
metaphorically saying that, but like there's also a literal connection between the two of them.
Okay.
But he says, I was there when Nina died, and Joker was there too, and watched her suffocate while smiling. And surely that's a reason to kill him or watch him die. Batman isn't like, so your choice. So he's breaking Joker's arms while he's doing it, and Batman like attacks Joker. Batman attacks Bane. Bane knocks him back, and he's stomping on him. And then we see Joker's internal monologue, and he says, "I'm gonna play a hunch." And he says, "Kill him, Bane. Kill him." And Bane goes, "But if he dies, then you die too, you idiot." And Batman says, "Yeah, you don't understand. Like Joker can't help himself, and neither can I." And then Bane like realizes that like Batman put a thing on him, and then all the Roman bats come in from the city and just attack Bane and distract him. So Batman like
does his move.
And
he
Batman
does a special move.
He does his move.
Yeah.
So Batman just uses the upper hand and just takes down Bane.
Yeah.
And he realizes that like basically each other is the key to the cure. That like the Joker's blood is the cure for Batman, and Batman's blood is the cure for the Joker.
Okay.
So they have like viruses that will kill each other.
Will cure each other.
We cure each other. Yeah, their viruses cancel out each other's
Yeah.
somehow.
Each other's virus is the antidote.
Yeah.
But he says, "Did you really watch her die? Did you let her die?" And Joker says, "What? Batman, I'm shocked." And then he laughs, and Batman says, "I have the chance to rid the world of you." And Joker's like, "Yeah, but you have to die to do it." And Batman's like, and it says like, I consider it for a minute, but then I realize like that. Well, but then the Joker just attacks Batman. And he
Doesn't
goes,
give him a chance.
and he says like, in order for Batman to live, I have to save the Joker. So then like he smacks the Joker with blood, and they drink each other's blood, kind of, and like it's as gross as you imagine.
Yeah.
But it's,
Well, yeah, you have to drink someone else's blood.
yeah.
Ugh.
But of course, another sexual thing he says, "You're delicious, Batman." And he says, "I'll try not to throw up," which I think is funny.
I really have to not throw up because I have to keep the antidote down.
Exactly. But the two of them like immediately feel better. Like they, and I guess it's like also a metaphor where it's like, no, clearly the Joker and Batman like need each other. Like they literally drank each other's blood, and they became stronger as a result. So it's like these two are so connected.
They're
Now they're
basically
blood
vampires.
brothers.
And Batman, yeah, exactly. So and Batman and Joker then face off against each other, and Joker says, "No, just because we're cured doesn't mean we can't keep going across Europe. Let's go to London, and I'll play Jack the Ripper, and you could be like Sherlock Holmes. Come on." And Batman's like, "Yeah, let's have some fun." And then Batman attacks Joker, and they battle in the Coliseum.
Huh.
And then what?
Well,
That's
and then
it.
and then he beats him and takes him home.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
But Batman,
No, he
Europa,
buries him
jail.
under the Coliseum.
he murders him, and he buries him with the rest of them.
Well, I figured, like, oh, just like put him in a
Oh,
cell
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah, I'll put him in a-
hidden away, and no one knows he's there.
Yeah, he did. He's
I
already
didn't
done that.
kill him. I just left him in a cell with no food or water.
He did that at the KGB.
And no way out.
He did do that at the KGBs.
So like,
Yeah,
you know,
and then they retcon that he called the GCPD.
Yeah.
But like, no, he definitely did that. But Batman Europa, what do you think?
this
It's
is a fun book. I
it's
really
fun,
like it.
It's weird. It's like
It's weird. I do not understand Bane's motivation.
oh
No.
no, it's completely like
No, forget Bane.
Yeah,
if this
forget-
was just
forget
like if
the
the
impetus
Joker had
behind
set
the
this
entire
up.
thing.
right. A Joker set it up.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, if the whole thing was.
I thought it was
orchestrated
going
by
to
the Joker.
be that.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like, it was me.
Yeah.
I hired everybody.
Right,
And I set
controlled
up
it
the
all,
whole thing.
just to see if you would kill me or not. Like,
Right.
yeah, just to like to prove something to myself.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
put my life on the line to see
Yeah.
what was gonna go on.
Nah, it was Bane.
It was
That's-
Bane.
Oh no! Hello, Batman.
It's the only part I don't like.
Joker's blood.
What?
Yeah, you gotta drink it in order to get better.
That's why. Why would you do that?
Why do I have to? Can I just like take some of it and?
Do you have something
No.
against the Joker? I don't understand.
But also, like, he doesn't want him to. He wants one of them to die. Like, but,
yeah.
But if one of them dies, don't both
Yeah,
of them die?
yeah, no, he wants them both to die. It's just
Ah.
that he wanted them to like know that it was him that was
that did it.
doing it or whatever. I don't know. But by the way, again, Arkham Asylum ends with Bane and Joker using the Venom to make the whole thing. Like, there is
Yes.
still a connection to the Arkham games. Which is
that's
really
right.
weird.
I mean, I guess like because Joker and Bane are Batman's
Greatest
foes.
nemesis, I guess. I like, actually, there's a great moment in Arkham Asylum when Joker like reveals that he's like in charge and the mastermind, and he goes like, and he calls him Has-Bane. And I'm like, I
forgot about that.
love that because like Joker's like, get the hell out of here, like
Bane, you suck.
like Joker's like, hey,
Oh,
hey,
you
Batman.
broke his back.
Yeah. Remember in
Wow.
the '90s, everybody, this Joker talking, like when Bane was Batman's greatest nemesis because he fought him harder because he's big. Remember when they Death of Superman to Batman, where they just made a big monster come out of nowhere and punch him so hard he won? Like, how lame that is, and how like uninteresting that could be.
Yep.
Like, hey, how about like everyone thinks that Bane is cool and awesome because like some people like that kind of story, but then at the end, actually, I'm at the heart of it.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, it's always going to come down to me and him. And like that's kind of cool. And I like that kind of being a critique of Bane.
Yeah. I am gonna make Bane's Venom integral to my entire fucking scheme in this game.
Well, at the end.
Yeah, I'm going to use it. And then I'm going to become Bane and get myself huge.
Yep.
So that you can punch the Joker and conceivably lose. But, you know. But this is...
It was a good game, though.
Yeah. By the way, great game. I
Awesome
love that game.
Best
superhero game.
Best superhero game.
Yeah, one of
ever.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, Spider-Man is...
I haven't played Spider-Man.
It's the Arkham Asylum.
Dude,
You gotta play
It's the
Spider-Man.
Arkham
It's
Asylum
Arkham,
of New
it's
York.
Arkham City of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yeah.
But by the way, the only reason why I'm so glad they used Bane is because he looks awesome in this book.
He does look awesome.
And
this panel, by the way, this is fucking crazy.
oh, I
That
know.
was
Yeah.
great.
Well, Bane like punches Joker like either in the balls or the stomach, and it's just
His fist is so big it could be both.
yeah. Why not? The art is worth the price of admission alone.
Yeah, it's great.
Especially if like you go to a place like Books A Million where it's in the bargain basement and you can get it for like $7.
Nice.
But I'll tell you where you can get it right now in the description below this video, where you can grab a copy for yourself. Just click the link and follow the rabbit hole down there. But otherwise, I recommend Batman Europa. I think it's cool. Was it worth 11 years of wait? Absolutely not. No book is.
No book could possibly be.
Nope. But it's
great.
it's fun. It's standalone, and it's interesting, but it's also very accessible.
Yeah,
You
this is
don't-
a good book for like anybody
who
who likes Batman.
Right,
or
but
is
like
interested in
at
And
any
it's a
level.
good standalone.
Yeah, like if you
Like,
were
you don't have to have it in continuity, but it doesn't hurt continuity having it.
I'd say like 7th grade up, you could enjoy this. The language is simple. There's nothing in this that's more violent than anything else that a 7th grader would absorb.
Right.
I think. So go from there. But I would have an upward battle trying to get it taught in schools, certainly. But I will say
it's super creepy. Like,
It's very
looking through it.
creepy.
It's like, oh, this is disturbing.
But if you get to like Notre Dame, you can argue to your like supervisor how it's like, oh no, it's deep and it's worldly. Europa.
Yeah, and there's like little history lessons.
Yeah, and then like the science teacher goes like, you mean one of the Jupiter's moons? Why isn't Europa?
Well, that's how the
does that
Europeans call
mean?
it,
Yeah, what does that mean? Like, no, they don't.
isn't it?
We'll see.
Oh, my entire
Europa.
thesis is crumbling.
Hey, a Batman! We'll see you guys next time on another episode of Bad Issues. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
So long. See you next time. Same bat time. Same bat channel. That's not gonna
Same pop channel.
work. Yeah.
Pop channel? Same? No, it's just...
None of them are going to work. Let's just end the show.